Well, one thing, great show. Just say great show. Actually
Great to be
enjoyed that
back.
this week. Great to be back and
Yeah.
great to talk about all the things we did. One thing that I forgot to say though is a film a film that I like, and I don't know whether you've seen, and hopefully it doesn't fall into the old Top Gun category because it's quite an old film. I think it's early 90s. Cliffhanger by Sylvester Stallone. You
That was a
seen that
great
one?
film. I remember that. Yeah, what was it? 90.
I want to say 94. I
I
think
was
it's
thinking
around that sort of
94.
time.
God, we're so
Yeah.
alike.
You need to put that on the anniversary spread, I think, as
Oh.
a question.
Yeah.
Just because I'll probably
but
get
it has to happen on the actual day that it was.
Oh, yeah.
released.
Yeah. We'll just plan the show around that day.
Yeah.
They're doing. See, when they say these things, they're doing. It's always announced, so you never know when it's going to happen. But apparently, a sequel has been signed off.
I know. I read about it. Yeah.
Why do you do these things? Especially the problem I have with it. It sounds awful. Sylvester Stallone. Like, what does he look like now? He's an old guy. I think because me and my wife watched a bit of Tulsa King. I don't know if you've seen any of that. It's his
Heard of that.
show on Paramount. And that was all right. It's done by the people who did The Sopranos, I think, as well. So it's like this mafia sort of storyline. But I think he's in his 70s now, isn't he? He's something like that. He's an old guy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look on my phone, but my phone's not unlocking. Let me just have a little Google while you're having a sip of your beer. It's nice to
yeah, an old guy like that still. I know his bread and butter is action films, isn't it? But
good Lord, 76.
76.
Yeah, scary, isn't it?
So I guess like in this film, they potentially go write him in as I don't know. There's some new young cool guy who does the climbing, and he's the old guy or whatever. But I just like, come on. I quite like that film. It was quite an unusual film at the time, and it still is quite unusual. You don't get many films about mountain climbing, do you? And it worked. But why would you do a sequel? The thing for me though is the sequel is being directed by a guy called Rick Roman War, who didn't mean a thing to me when I heard the name. However, he's the filmmaker behind Angel Has Fallen and Greenland, which are two.
Hasn't that got Idris Elba in Angel Has Fallen, or am I thinking, is it Gerard Butler?
Gerard Butler, yeah. So they're two big brainless Gerard Butler classics.
Yeah. And now he's taken over.
So it says a lot about the film, doesn't it? It's, you know.
Like you said, I think there's certain actors that the problem is they're so typecast that you can't, whereas you've had like, say, De Niro, right?
Yeah.
Who was known for his kind of gangster movies and things like that. Like you think of some of the films he's been in, like what's the
Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents, like comedy films,
Brilliant comedy actor as well, isn't he?
So I just think with actors like Stallone, I mean, even Arnie to some extent, he done some really cool kids films, and some comedy
Kindergarten
stuff.
Cop.
Yeah.
What a classic.
And Twins. When you think about that,
I love Twins.
That's what I mean. Like at least he kind of tried a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen Sly in another film.
He did Stop or My Mum Will Shoot.
Wow, I've never heard of that film, but it sounds horrendous.
I'm sure that Sylvester Stallone. Is he a policeman, but he's got a criminal mother? And she's like really little.
Oh,
I've not thought of this. Huh?
Is it comedy?
Comedy. Yeah, it's a comedy. I've not thought of that film for probably 30 years, and now it's coming to conversation. Get that on Plex, yes.
Hit to download, thank you. Well,
so yeah, I think he did do some bits, but
I mean, we've spoke about this a lot of times. But any sort of film where you go, oh, really? You're really doing that?
There's so many of them
at the moment. I mean, I heard there was another news article today about Blade Runner, the sequel to Blade Runner 2049, was it?
something like that. Yeah,
some year in the 20s.
yeah.
It's now going to be a TV series, the sequel to it.
Well, they're doing a TV series of Harry Potter as well. I was
It's too
reading the other
soon.
day.
Too soon, I think.
Mad, isn't it?
I don't think it's what, probably been 10 years since the last one, maybe? I can't remember the
Maybe.
exact. But
Yeah.
that, Moana getting a live action already? Like, come
Is
on,
it?
man. Have you not
I
heard
love
about that? The
Moana.
Rock done a big reveal. Moana's amazing.
Oh, is he still playing
He's going to
Thingy
be
then?
Maui. Yeah.
Rubbish.
Like, let the film breathe. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great film. Moana is quite recent as well. 2013. I'm going to throw out there. I don't know whether that's right, but it's not. It's not that old at all. I just don't see the need for them at all.
And have you seen the trailer? Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I saw a reveal trailer that was like a coming tomorrow. Gran Turismo.
What, a film?
The
Have we
movie.
spoken about this before? Because this sort of sounds familiar.
I feel like we have, but it's got David Harbour in it.
Yeah.
And Orlando Bloom and someone else.
Mm.
I can't see. It's not like the game was like some story mode. You essentially had to win
drive
races,
cars.
that was it, and get your licenses, drive fast cars. Like, what's the? You're literally creating a story out of nothing.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. But there's a game film that I don't know if you've heard of that shouldn't work, but I think would be really interesting. Tetris. They're making a film out of Tetris.
Well, that's not. Well, that's more about how it was created, though, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. That's it. So I remember I first saw them making a Tetris movie and thought, how the hell is that? Well, that sounds like the Emoji Movie, like in terms of ridiculousness.
Yeah, Tetris is supposed to be really good. I think that's on Apple, or is it on?
It's got what's his name in it as well? Oh, what's he called?
Taron Egerton.
Yeah. I really like him. I think he's a great actor.
John.
Yeah, and Kingsman films, which are fantastic.
But there's actually a few films like that. So Tetris, Air, we've spoke about, which is going to be about the Air Jordans, which
could be great.
And then there's that's all I've got for you.
And then that's your lot.
Yeah. Maybe I'm done here.
The one film that I think I mentioned before and I'm really looking forward to watching, which I think, where did I see that's coming on? I saw an advert on Sky, so I think it's on Sky Cinema. A Good Person, I think it's called. It's the new Zach Braff film.
He wrote it, or he was one of the writers or something like that. Directed.
Yeah, or did he direct it as well? Maybe?
He was definitely involved in the makeup of it.
And it's got I'm gonna have a brain dead moment. Like,
is it called The Good Person?
The Good Person, maybe, yeah.
Free film, yeah.
And it's got
Morgan Freeman, Morgan
Freeman. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I like Florence Pugh.
Yeah, one film when I was on the plane, I was watching. Someone in front of me was watching "Don't Worry, My Darling." Is it called? It's her and Harry Styles and the guy who's in Star Trek and a few other really well-known actors. And that looked really good. I think that had quite mixed reviews, but I was watching what I was watching, and then could see someone else watching something sort of just in front of me, and it looked really weird. And I didn't really know what the film was about, but seeing the bits that I saw, it was really sort of. I was thinking, I need to watch this. I couldn't really watch it because it looked almost bordering on horror, which really surprised me. As I had my youngest sitting next to me, I thought, well, I can't really watch it now. But
it's like Magic Michael over again.
Exactly, and that's it. You don't want to scar him for life. But yeah, looks good.
Interesting. The thing I've just quickly looked, I mentioned in the episode about a character that was voiced by, it was a walrus in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Walrus, yeah.
I've just seen who it was. Asim Chowdhury.
Right.
Your buddy G. Imagine that.
Yeah.
He's involved in Marvel now to some
He
extent.
he was in the Eternals. Was he in no, not in the Eternals. He was in
I'd love
this
to
is
see him.
brilliant. We're just priceless this evening.
Asim Chowdhury.
Wonder Woman,
Wonder Woman.
1984. I
Oh,
think
well,
he
that's
was like
DC, isn't it?
oh, same thing. He was in he was a lab assistant or something like that in that.
Was he?
Yeah, sure he
Well,
was.
I mean, I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know. But
well, there you go. So he's hit it big time.
yeah,
Which
he
good to
was.
see.
There you go.